Hello!
Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome to Magical Girl Society Live. And today we are going to be discussing Howl's Moving Castle, which was our group book for the month of March. This is obviously the book that the Ghibli film, was based around. So pretty similar synopsis there. And it was just a cute, fun time. So we're excited to discuss it with you all. We're gonna if you guys want to leave comments how you got on with the book, what you thought of it, let us know in the comments. But yeah, what did you think of the book? Start things off.
I thought it was really sweet. I brought this to the beach with me to read, and my puppy was just like having a nap next to me, and I feel like the energy was very perfect to read a book like this. So I had a really fun time. I gave it 4 stars, and I think it was whimsical and lighthearted and exactly what I was kind of looking for in between these like really heavy reads that for some reason I was picking up recently. And I think it's just a very light, soul-soothing adventure story that I really appreciated having.
It's such a pure way to read the book, I feel like. And I'm saying I thought it was so cute, and Howl is, I feel like, a lot of people's favorite Ghibli film, and it's definitely mine also. So this was really cool because the whole time reading it, I just pictured everything happening in that art style. So it almost just felt like I was getting an extended cut of the film. Even like the way that the narrator for the audiobook that I listened to, like she sounded like old Sophie.
Yeah.
Right?
She does. You mentioned that too, and when I listened, I was like, she sounds like her.
And yeah, I just thought it was, and even like the way that it was, the story was told, like it was told, and I don't know if like this is me sort of like putting these feelings onto it, but it felt like it was told in a similar storytelling style as the Ghibli film. So yeah, I just felt like getting to be immersed in like a longer version of that film. So that was really cool. Let's see. Also really enjoyed the book. You've never seen the movie. Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's the reverse for a lot of people in Magical Girl Society. Everyone had kind of seen the movie and they were kind of like, oh, like what's the book like? And I feel like that was me too as well.
Oh my gosh, I hope you're gonna join us for the watch along because I would love to know your thoughts. Read Howl's Moving Castle in February and really enjoyed it. Amazing. Oh, hello. 2 a.m. Oh my gosh. Hello, thank you for joining.
Yes. Ooh, the ending is really fun too. I think I really do agree what you said about it feeling like an extended cut because I definitely saw like the bones of the movie, like where the movie kind of drew from as I was reading. And you get, I feel like, a lot more context for scenes in the movie that happen really fast, like when she meets the king and like like you get so much more of that detail of what is happening and why she has to go to these places, and you kind of get an insight into why Howl wants her to do these things as well. And I think that was really nice. And I definitely agree that, like how you were saying, basically we're just picturing it in the same art style. I feel like I was doing that too, and I didn't even realize that until you brought it up, that it really legitimately felt like an extension of the film, and it was really fun in that sense.
It was so fun. We are probably going to be talking about like the ending of the book and like things from the film. So if you don't want to be spoiled, I just want to throw that out there just in case. Because I feel like this one has, but I also don't feel like this one has like plot twists, you know?
That's
where
true.
even if you knew everything, like it doesn't impact the reading experience. But yeah, do you want to talk about like some of the differences between like the book and the film?
Ooh, yeah. I think I really enjoyed learning about the sisters.
Yeah, they were so fun.
That's not something that you get like at all in the you kind of see her mom for like a second at the beginning and then like nothing else until the end.
Yeah.
Here you kind of get to see the sisters and how they get along, with one of them working in like that, I think like a bakery assistant, and then the other one is trying to become a witch, and how they swap places and then fall in love. And it was just really sweet to kind of see this family dynamic and like the sisters always there to support each other even if they don't technically understand what the others are going through, that they're always just there as a support system. I think that was a really fun addition to the story.
I agree. I just feel like that their whole dynamic was really lovely, and yeah, I loved getting more of the sisters. I definitely agree with this. Got so many more scenes with Calcifer. Like I feel like Calcifer became like much more of a fleshed out character, like even more of a fleshed out character. So I loved that. Like I felt like I understood more the like gravity of like what Howl and Calcifer had done almost.
Yeah, that's definitely true, because I think the explanation of what happened with them in the movie happens very quickly, and
Yeah.
especially I feel like a lot of us were introduced to Howl's Moving Castle, the film, as children or
Yeah.
as at a younger age, and you don't understand how much it is, like, sign your heart over to someone, like, and just mesh souls in that way, like, I feel like you really understand the gravity of it in the book when Calcifer is like, you'll figure out what happened with us someday. I can't tell you, but you'll get it." And Sophie's like,
Um, also, Howell's whole like normal family, like his sister and all of that, that
Yeah,
was wild.
that
And I thought it was like oh sorry.
oh, yeah, I wasn't expecting to meet his family at all, and then he just has, like,
Yeah.
nephews and nieces and or, like, whatever, and I was like
I did really like that though, because it was just like a cool addition of like his castle can like open into all these different places. So then like to have it also open up then like in our world, I was
Yeah,
like, oh, that's
yeah,
so cool.
I remember seeing you, and I think was it Russell who mentioned it on our server? They were like, "Oh, chapter 11," and I finally got to chapter 11 with you guys, and I was like I was the same thing, not like a plot twist, but just like a fun moment where you're like, "Oh, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting to see that in this story." I feel like that's a lot of what the twists and turns were moments where you're just like, "Oh."
Yeah. Like this is something different.
Yeah.
I also thought it was really cute how he had like his bedroom window looked out on that world. I was like, that's pure. Um, also really liked the sisters and learning about them. I thought like the whole magic was really cool in this one. Like I loved um am I misremembering? Because I feel like in the film Sophie isn't magical.
No, Sophie just gets turned into an old woman, and then she's like, "Oh, well," and then I
Yeah. So I loved like that part of like Sophie too.
yeah.
Um oh yeah, Rusty. I love how the book explored Sophie's magical powers so much more. It was revealed that she was keeping herself disguised because she wanted to stay hidden. It made me cry. Yes. I thought that
Yeah.
was so beautifully done in the book.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that everyone else had, like, a little bit of magic and that it wasn't just Howl being this one extremely magical being in a world of regular people, but that, like, what's her sister's name? Letty? The one
yeah,
who
Letty.
swapped places to go to learn from to become a witch, like, I loved that addition that, like, anyone can kind of pick up magic.
Yeah. I also loved the sister, how she was kind of not tricking Howl, but like that Sophie was so worried about her, but like she was like, nah, like I'm not in love with him. I was just trying to like figure out where you were. I
Yes, I
love
love
that.
that as well. I feel like
Um,
you got such a good sense of, like, oh, the women in this story definitely have agency and control over their lives,
I
and it's
agree.
really fun to read.
I also loved the little romance between I'm forgetting both of their names, her other sister and Howell's
Howl's assistant, Michael?
Mike.
It's not Mike
Mhm.
it's not Michael, what's his
I
name?
don't think it's Michael. Is it Michael? Does
Why am I
anyone remember?
it's Michael, it is Michael. Yeah, 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 Michael, the
Oh, in my head, it's not Michael.
yeah. Yeah, I thought that was so sweet too, and how he was like, "That's the girl that I love, like, she works at that store." He's like, "I can't let Howl go and make her fall in love with him, like, she's gonna be mine, and we're gonna get married," and they're, like, 15, oh my gosh. I just thought that was just so sweet and pure.
I agree. Oh, yeah, I agree. It's
Mm.
curious. I wonder if that'll be a part I haven't started or gotten any of the, like, the rest of the series. So I'm interested to see like where it goes because like obviously the rest of the books there aren't any films. So like it'll be completely like a completely blank slate and getting to like see these characters have like new adventures. That'll be really interesting.
I'm also like, I remember someone who had read all 3 of them described it as more of like a companion novel as opposed to a
Interesting.
sequel, and I'm kind of yeah, I'm interested to see, like, is it an adjacent story to what's happening
Yeah,
here? Or, like, how does it develop the world further? I love how soft the story is and the world is, and
I
even
agree.
just, like, the part when Howl buys Sophie's family's hat shop and turns it into the florist shop, and he just makes this entire world a garden for them to go pick
Yeah.
flowers from, like, that was just picturing that was just so magical and soft and just thinking that, like, oh, Sophie just gets to go, like, pick flowers and bring them into the flower shop, and everyone gets to come enjoy these flowers that feel otherworldly. Ugh.
I love that for them. I also loved, oh my gosh, the last, like, one of the last lines. What does he say at the end? I was just like, yes. I think he was like, don't you think this is our happily ever after or something like that? I'm trying to find it because it was like, I died. I was like, yes, it is. It is your happily ever after. I wish I could remember.
I'm trying to look for it too because I know exactly what you're talking about, but
Right? He's like, I'm not gonna be able to find it now. Oh, Fanny, that's her other sister. Oh, also Turnip Head. I loved that. Like him being the wait, was Turnip Head the prince?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like the scarecrow stick turnip head thing, right? That was, like, following her?
yes. And then Wizard Solomon was the skeleton head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I can't find it.
And the
Okay.
whole plot twist with Miss not plot twist, but the whole Miss Angorian, side plot too, I feel like that's something that we didn't really get to see in the movie, and I think it really
Yeah.
tied together, like, for moments in the film that just popped from one part to another, and I was like, "Whoa." I feel like the book gave me the context of what was happening in between, and I was like, "Oh, okay, 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 I get it, I get it." Oh, Fanny is the stepmom.
Oh, right. I'm really bad at names.
The sister's name starts with an M, I wanna say, the other sister.
Nancy? Mm-mm, that's not right.
Why am I so bad with names? This wasn't even I feel like these weren't even particular Martha, Martha,
Martha.
Martha.
I also liked the stepmom, um, the stepmom more in the book than I did in the film because she
Mm.
was like less mean, or it was more like she was just kind of like I liked the whole element of Sophie underestimating or like maybe thinking too highly of her and the sisters thinking too lowly of her, and like the truth was like somewhere in the middle where she wasn't, she wasn't evil and like super conniving, but she also wasn't like perfect and like innocent like Sophie saw her.
Yeah,
I liked that part of it. Martha and Letty, there we go.
yeah, I love that you got to see the sisters and their
Yeah,
relationship.
I
I think that
agree.
was probably my favorite part of the book that I didn't expect to see. It was just super fun in the how they were all kind of keeping in touch or trying to keep tabs on each other even after they all were set apart, and especially knowing that Martha is so young, like 15 or something, and then she's already being sent out into the world. I was like, it's so sweet that they had each other, like, to rely on and that they kinda just swapped places and were doing these little tricks to kind of find their way in the world. I loved their side stories.
I agree. I don't know. Is my internet just go? Okay, there we go. We're back. Sorry. It's like, is it a magical girl society live if my internet doesn't die at least once? Um, yes, I love this from Sophie. That goes along with what you were saying
Mhm.
earlier.
Yeah, it's sweet. I feel like that's the only way I can describe this book is it was just this pure, sweet story, and everyone gets kind of like some sort of happy ending,
Yeah,
and
it
not
is.
in
How
like an
many?
way. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no. I was gonna say, how many of Diana Wynne Jones' books did Ghibli adapt? Because they adapted this one. Did she write Kiki's Delivery Service also?
I don't think
Because I
so.
know that was a book.
I think they did adapt Castle in the Sky, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that her also? Because then Earwig is also Diana Wynne Jones. And I was like,
Oh,
they're just going through all the Diana Wynne Jones books.
yeah, wow, yeah, I'm pretty sure Castle in the Sky that's the second book, is it not? I want to say yes.
Let me see. Oh, there's a whole list of all the books over here. Yeah, Castle. Oh, Castle in the Air.
Air? Oh,
Castle in
yeah,
the
'cause
Sky.
it's Castle in the Sky. Maybe it is based off of because I feel like that's too similar of a title to be a coincidence.
Sounds like it is. Yeah, interesting. I just thought that was interesting that they like have adapted a few of her books at this point now.
Mhm.
Um, did you prefer the book or the movie?
Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like I am just biased because I've grown up with the movie, so I feel
Yeah,
like it's hard to pick something that I am so newly introduced to over something that I've spent, like, 20 years with. So in that sense, I have to say the movie just because it was a big part of my childhood, but that's not to say
yeah,
that the book is not extremely enjoyable and fun.
I agree. Let us know in the comments. Do you prefer the book or the film? I don't think. Okay, so um, liked the book more, but I don't think I would have liked the book more unless I had like had that sort of attachment to the film, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if I couldn't picture the film while reading it, then I wouldn't have loved the book as much as I did. But because I could do that and because it felt so much bigger, I think ultimately I kind of like the book a little more. But I feel blasphemous even saying that. So
No, that's
wait,
valid.
was I really choppy there? Was my internet?
Oh, a little bit, but we heard like, I heard everything. I think just the video cut out a bit, but I heard,
All right.
all of your statement, so
Okay. I was like, I don't know if this is still going, but I'm just gonna keep talking. Um, Castle in the Air is kind of like a wait, really? Oh, but I know that it's not Castle in the Sky, so they're not related.
Okay, so just similar sounding titles. Okay, good to know.
Good
Kind of like
to know.
Aladdin. Wait, that's so interesting. Now I'm really intrigued to keep reading.
Yeah, I know. I'm intrigued what that book is going to be. I
Oh,
think liked the book better because the writing was such a classic fairy tale. I feel that. It was just
yeah,
like so lovely to fall into.
yeah,
Um, I think the book made me appreciate the movie more. PhD. Yeah, that's what that is honestly what I was trying to say is that the book just made me like love that whole world and the movie even more versus like one being better than the other almost. Um, movie's my all-time favorite Ghibli. I'm almost afraid to read the sequels in case I don't like the direction the characters take. That's fair.
yeah, that's valid. I swear someone on the server told me that the other 2 books don't follow Howl and Sophie.
Really?
I might be mistaken, but I feel like I really remember someone mentioning that it follows like other news stories within the same world, and Howl and Sophie
Oh.
appear, but it's not a continuation of Howl and Sophie's. story.
Interesting. I mean, I guess they do get, like, a wrapped up ending.
Yeah, I really need to look up to see if
Yeah.
I just remembered that, but I could have sworn someone in the server had mentioned that because they had already read all of Diana Wynne Jones's books, I guess, and I was like, "Oh."
Oh, wow. I missed that. Which Studio Ghibli movie would you save from a fire? I
Just
mean, I have them all on digital, right?
I have them all on DVD too. Okay, so I guess if I was gonna lose all except one, I would probably save Kiki's Delivery Service,
Really?
I think, yeah.
I don't know what I would save, like, so I wanna say Howl, but Totoro just, like, soothes me,
Yeah,
so I don't know. Maybe I'll go with Howl just because I love it so much, so we'll say that. What would you all save? If you had to save one and all the other ones would be gone forever.
that's such a heavy question.
It is. See, okay, they chose Spirited Away, and I love Spirited Away, but it's
That's
like a recent love for me, I feel like, because when I was younger, that movie was so scary.
I agree, that's so not like No Face eats people.
Yeah.
That movie was terrifying. I watched it when I was, like, 7 and thinking my dad thought it was gonna be this sweet children's film, and then I just had nightmares for, like, a
Yeah,
week.
I remember that. Oh, yes. I heard the characters of Howl's Moving Castle only appear as side characters or get mentioned a few times. Well, that's good to know. Um, Mine would be Castle in the Sky or Whisper of the Heart. I love those.
I don't think I've seen Whisper of the Heart. I need to there's a very small few that I haven't seen.
Yeah. I'm, like, trying to, do a rewatch of all of them now since they're all on HBO.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
so I'm trying to make my way through it, but I've only watched 2 so far, Princess Mononoke and Howl tonight. Um, so Magical Girl Society is really helping me meet that goal. Um, so alas. Are there any books that you think would make really good Ghibli films, like you would love to see adapted?
Ooh,
And let us know in the comments what book you would like to see adapted. I feel like I feel like okay, so Nevermore could be a really good one, but I feel like they'd remove a lot of the, like, story part, like
hmm,
like, everything that's gonna build it into, like, a really big arc, and if they were ever adapt Nevermore, I'd want all of that, like, I want multiple
yeah,
movies, but I feel like they would get the whimsicality down so right.
that's true. Because I was thinking about Nevermore, but I feel like Ghibli doesn't do sequels,
Yeah,
so then
right?
that would make it so rough to end Nevermore just after the first book.
That's true. Oh, never mind. I was
Oh.
gonna say that, Winter's Promise book, but then I realized that that is literally an adaptation of Howl's Moving Castle. So, maybe not that one.
I don't know if you've read it, but The Traveling Cat Chronicles,
I haven't, but it sounds adorable.
I feel like that book it's a really short story, and I feel like because Studio Ghibli always gets, like, the whimsical and emotional points so well, that that book would be a perfect adaptation. I don't wanna say more because
Yeah,
everyone should read it. If you want a comforting read that's all gonna make you cry, but in, like, a good way, like,
yeah,
to check out. But, yeah, I think Traveling Cat Chronicles would be something that would turn out great, and it would be, like, a comfort film for so many people if it was ever adapted.
yeah. Um, City of Ghosts, is that the Victoria Schwab one? Because I didn't love that book, but I think it would be actually a very good, um, adaptation for Ghibli. I was also thinking just now oh gosh, I just forgot what I was thinking. What was I thinking a second ago? I was like, "Oh, yeah, that'd be a good really good one." Nope, it's gone. Oh, well. The Secret Garden would be beautiful, done by Ghibli. Wow, that's really gonna bother me that I just completely forgot what I was thinking
Once
of.
you stop trying to remember it, it'll pop back up
It'll
in your
come
head.
back to me. Oh, it's gonna frustrate me for days. Okay, oh well. Um, childhood favorite movie was Ponyo.
Oh, Ponyo
Also
is so
terrified. I feel that. It had to, like, terrify us all and then win us over later in life.
yeah. Now I love No Face, but when I was 7, I
Yeah, same.
was the most I thought he was gonna show up at my window and then eat me, so
I feel that. Oh my gosh. No. Um, we're not gonna talk about WandaVision in this one just 'cause spoilers and also it's more of a
Oh,
Ghibli night. Um, Land of Stories. I've never read that one. Oh my gosh. This is such a good point.
The
Right?
Hobbit,
That would be amazing.
that would be so good actually, and I feel like The Hobbit on its I mean, it would help if you've read Lord of the Rings already, but you could still adapt The Hobbit and then have never experienced anything in Lord of the Rings world and still understand what's going on.
And I
So I
feel like I didn't hate the Hobbit films like I know a lot of people did. Um, but I I feel like Ghibli would get the sort of spirit of that book better than Hollywood
yeah,
did. Um,
and they would get it in one movie.
yeah,
That would be great.
The Starless Sea. That is what I was thinking of. Thank you. I agree. I actually think I haven't read the 10,000 Doors of January, but I feel like they could do something really magical with the Starless Sea.
I feel like from what I understand too, a lot of people said The Starless Sea was, like, less plot and just vibes. And
Just vibes.
that's what people would how people would describe it to me. They'd be like, "If you want a book that's just vibes, like, that's a good book." And I feel like Ghibli is very much kind of on the similar thing of, like, there is story, right? But, like, it's the
Mhm.
vibes. That's what they get
Yeah.
so and I feel like based on the limited knowledge I have of what Starless Sea is about, I can already picture it being a great match.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. I also think The House in the Cerulean Sea, I'm currently reading that one, and
Yeah.
it reads like a Ghibli film, like, already. So, I could definitely see that. Um, I think we were gonna wrap up a little bit early because we have our movie night coming up at 8, right? 8:15?
Yes, yes.
So, if you do we have any final thoughts we wanted to talk about with this book before we wrap up?
Um, no specific thoughts, just that I am actually very much looking forward to reading the follow-up novels in the trilogy, or the companion novels, I guess, since it's not a sequel, but
I feel
good
that.
vibes. Highly
Yeah,
recommend reading by the beach with your dog.
I love that. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining. We hope you'll join us tonight for our watch along of the film Howl's Moving Castle. We'll be watching it over in the Discord, and we'll send out a quick reminder before we're gonna hit play on that. So, yeah, excited. Thank you for joining me and Brianna tonight. Be sure to go and follow Brianna everywhere. I'll have all of her info in the description box. But have a good evening.
Bye, everyone. Happy Sunday.